Then it's like back on the bike to play hide and go get it with the younger host.
I'm gonna go ahead and intro the podcast. Welcome. This is another episode of Blassic. You know what I'm saying?
First episode of the year.
Yeah. Damn right. Hosted by me, your host Louis V, and
your boy K-Rod.
We are back for another installment, and I'm happy to be here. If you already have if you know this song, man, you already know what movie we doing. If you don't, I'll go ahead and tell you. Today we are doing The Wood.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Listen, I'll say, as far as Blassics go, this is easily top 5. This is easily top 5 movies all time for me. Yeah. So The Wood, man, oh my God. And this is something that I was young when it came out, so I had to grow into it. But when I was young, it was still a movie that I fucked with heavy, even though I didn't fully understand everything that was going on.
It's another one of those movies that I vaguely remember coming out. I've seen so many movies at the drive-in movie theater. Maybe I was seeing something else and it was playing as well, but I vaguely remember this movie as well.
Well, yeah, we can go ahead and get into the black facts for the day, man.
Oh, well then let's get it. So, I'm coming with the black facts today. Black facts is The Wood is a 1999 a comedy. Stars Omar Epps, Richard T. Jones, and Taye Diggs. It's directed and written by, I hope I don't mess this brother name up, Rick Famuyiwa. I think that's how I pronounce his name.
I say Fumiya. Hey, listen, everybody just says it differently. We're sorry. But you are we'll give you some flowers right now because you are probably, we've done Brown Sugar already as a Blassic. So It just goes to show, like, we fuck with your movies. Right. And Dope, I'm sure we'll be doing that very soon.
Great. Definitely great movie.
We definitely love your movies.
Speaking of Dope, this would actually be the prequel to Dope that we're gonna get around to. It, Not necessarily. It would be a spiritual,
kind of like an unofficial. It's like in the same universe.
There was same city,
the Wood universe, MCU type thing.
Right, they would be same Inglewood. So, like I said, we already named the cast, the main core cast, and we also have decent, people in the movie as well. We got Sanaa Lathan, we got Lisa Ray in a small role, we got DeAndre Bonds, he plays Stacy, who was also in Dope, as we said earlier, and we also got Tamla Jones. Just a dope movie, man. 61% Rotten Tomatoes, so that's pretty good. That's still not, and again, what's a critic? But so anyway, some facts about the movie. It made $25 million.
What was the budget?
$6 million.
That's not bad. That's
really
great.
Not bad. That's more than, again, that means somebody didn't get paid.
Back then, that came out, what'd you say, 2000?
99.
99. So that we have to think about, that's literally like the same time as Best Man hitting. Right. Then we also have what came after Best Man? Love and Basketball.
Yeah, around the same time.
And these are people that are all in the same film, so it's like
that's great for that. I mean,
that's dope.
You not get romantic comedies in general don't spend that much money, so that made his money back. Like I say, we always say the only thing is, damn, how much did these niggas get paid? Right. But again, they not. So that's fine. So my only other major fact is that one of the roles that Jamie Foxx had turned down back in the day was the part of Slim. He actually had the part of Slim in the movie, and he turned it down to do, guess what? What other movie he turned down to do that?
Shit, if we talking 99, Any Given Sunday?
Definitely.
That is great. Fam, I don't even see Jamie Foxx playing Slim, given who the character is.
He was just a wisecracking nigga.
Well, he was, I guess, maybe, I don't know if maybe, like in the, how in your world, they ask for what this person is supposed to look like. Maybe they have said like fat, tall, fast, slick talker. And I didn't know that. Maybe,
they don't go that much into look. So they probably just said, let me get a funny nigga, slick talking nigga. And it's Jamie Foxx. Yeah.
That is interesting.
Definitely. I figured you like that one.
That is interesting. Definitely. Of course, I found a review from Roger Ebert. Let's go ahead and get into it. I actually like this one. The Wood is a sweet, lighthearted comedy about 3 friends who stick together from high school until a wedding day. Nothing unusual about that, but these are African American characters. These are nigger characters. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. I translated what they were trying to say.
Right.
But these are African American characters, and Hollywood seems incapable of imagining young black men who are not into violence, drugs, and trouble.
Agreed.
The black middle class, millions of Americans, is generally invisible to movie makers who retail negative images of life in the hood, often for the entertainment of suburban kids, white and black, whose own lives are completely different. Now, I will
agree.
say I like this review because they weren't trying to shit on this movie. They basically said, fam, these are regular ass niggas that's going through regular ass shit that a lot of people can relate to. And that's something that, especially during the 90s, we wasn't seeing in film. So
yeah,
I think that's dope. That's dope.
We had other classics, Blassic, like Boys in the Hood, that we did, but you can see that's a total difference between that
shooting
and
niggas and killing niggas and
well,
doing
again,
drugs.
we love the movie because we did it.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing.
I like it, man. Let's go ahead and break down this movie. So, this movie is a little interesting because they like to play around with time. The thing about this movie, they go back and forth between the main characters in present day, which is 99, and then they go back to when they were kids, chronicling, I would say, middle school up through middle school up through high school.
Right.
Yeah, so they pretty much chronicle those two separate time periods, and it's pretty interesting. So the main characters, we have Roland, we have Mike, we have Slim. So it is Roland's wedding day. Mike and Slim are looking for Roland. Where is Roland? They don't know where Roland is. They end up in his room, and then they start going down memory lane of how they first met. Mike is new to Inglewood, California as a kid, and he doesn't really know what's going on. He's from North Carolina, literally on the other side of the fucking country, and things is just different. You know, he meets these two guys, and it's just interesting how they meet. You know, they meet outside at recess, and
first niggas he met, he's friends with for the rest of his life. That's crazy.
Which is really dope.
It's
dope. Something to be said for that. Now, a movie is just movieing sometimes, but that's kind of how it happened. It could happen like that.
Yeah. But I got a question. Well, it's not a question. It's more of a nitpick that you noticed. When the movie, we'll fast forward back to where we was at. But in the movie, when the movie first starts off, the wedding day, he talks straight to the audience, right? So I'm confused because I'm like, who are we supposed to be the wedding guests? And if you're talking to this is my only thing about the movie.
You didn't like the narration part? A lot of people say that about this movie. I like it,
but who are you? Like, if you're a wedding guest recording it, why are you talking to us as if we don't know who you are?
And then, honestly, if you think about it, I don't think he did that. He narrated in audio only, which makes perfect sense. But as far as like doing that narration thing in person, he didn't really do that throughout the rest of the movie. So I mean, maybe it was just something to break the fourth wall as an entrance, as an intro for the movie to set it up. Maybe that's how they did it, because even, I guess, he didn't. That was kind of the setup for the flashbacks.
Right.
And the next scenes of flashbacks came when he was around his friends, so it made more sense. But
is he talking to a person? Because it literally seems like when they're in the car, it's like, yeah, you Whitney, now we're talking to a person, but you're introducing us as if we don't know you.
It's one of them things I don't even really get. Hey man, sometimes I like when movies try to break the fourth wall sometimes.
I like it.
It's interesting.
They try to do something different, and then take it all the way through.
A lot of people said they didn't like that though, now that you mention it. But fuck y'all niggas, man. It's a Blassic.
It is.
So we go back to how they meet the first day of school. They see a beautiful girl, you know what I'm saying? See a beautiful girl, Alicia, played by, what is her name? Melinda Williams.
Also, there was an idol while we did, so yeah.
Yeah, man. So they see her, they's like, man, you know what I'm saying? This the girl we all like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody like her, she fine as hell. Of course, Mike thinks she fine. Nigga said, hey, for $1, go touch her ass. So I guess that back then in the 80s, $1 was a lot. You know what I'm saying? $1 was gonna get some good candy at lunch or
hamburger
get some shit.
I don't know. Was she that fine though? Even as a kid? Like,
I don't judge kids because I don't do
I'm
that.
saying as a kid.
What's My Back podcast?
Listen, I'm talking
Even
about as
though she was a fucking adult playing that shit.
Yeah,
a big ass girl.
Oh, she definitely was.
She was definitely an adult.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think she was attractive. She was definitely probably somebody I would have went for in school. And I think it was cool. She had the little scrunched up socks and shit. She embodied a pretty girl that you would fuck with in middle school, especially at that time period.
Yeah, I guess so.
So he goes to touch her ass. Oh my God, she not feeling that shit. She started beating his ass real quick. Then it gets worse. I'm going to get my brother. So now we go back to
Him
getting his ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
He got his fucking ass beat, thinking he was gonna be able to get away, but nah. Stacy came and he whooped his ass. But you know what I'm saying? He did land a punch, so he had some respect.
Did he look at him for like a hot second when he hit him? Like
he did. He said, "What, nigga?"
Like, how dare you?
I was like, "Wow,
how dare you land this punch,
that
nigga?"
Shit.
Right.
He got his ass whooped. But Alicia, I think it was at that moment that she respected him. She kind of realized that he didn't mean any harm. It was just some young boy shit because he tried to tell her that he was sorry. I think she heard that shit even though she was walking away. But I think that was the turning point.
That's a movie. I still call bullshit on that logic.
Because she's going to hate you for the rest of the year.
Right. That's still bullshit, but okay.
So we go back in time. Well, shit, we go forward in time now. And we're in present day. And the guys are looking for Roland. They got a page. They now know where he is. He is at an ex's house. This just doesn't sound like a good situation. They get to the ex's house, who is played by Tamala Jones.
Love her.
They get there. He is drunk on his wedding day. And he seemed like he may have tried to make an advance at his ex, but the ex was smart enough not to go for it, knowing that he is getting married, confused at why this nigga is here. But I'm a good chick, so you can lounge out, you know what I'm saying, till you get good. So the fellas are at the house and they are confused. Fam, get the fuck up. It's your wedding day. Let's go. He provided some, hey... Taye Diggs gave me some of the craziest lines there. He was like, dog, her booty is rotund.
Oh, yeah.
I'ma make her booty jiggle, dude.
Taye Diggs is hilarious. Between this and Malibu's Most Wanted, he's hilarious.
And then he gave another classic, make it last forever.
I don't know, man, but how you feel about that? I really don't think Shorty should have been allowing him in the house like that, bro.
I think she was being a real upstanding chick, bro. Like, a lot of women, I feel like, were in the 90s. Like, I feel like it wasn't none of that petty shit. Like, I don't want you,
today,
but I see how you act. I see how you acting.
I don't want you to get hit out here in these streets.
Right. Because, I mean, shit, you could have drove somewhere if I would have told your ass to drive. And
but we agree that's not going, that wouldn't fly this day and age.
Yeah, it's not happening in this day and age. They're going to say, go kill yourself.
Right.
Because we're not together anymore.
Didn't she say my boyfriend is somewhere, like, coming? Fuck no. All right.
So, of course, now the goal is to try to sober up my boy Roland. Roland has to sober up because his wedding is literally in the next couple of hours. So they're in the car trying to get him something to sober him up. They head into the gas station. This nigga starts throwing up in the fucking car, going all types of crazy. So now you have throw up all over these $100 suits, these $100 suits. Now these niggas have to figure out how to get their clothes dry cleaned in the time that they have to do all of this shit. We was just trying to get back to the fucking wedding, and now we have to do all of this extra stuff.
That segue you into other flashbacks, so that's pretty dope.
Which is cool. They get to the gas station. Of course, this nigga they look like shit. You know what I'm saying? So they get to the gas station and they have a flashback on them being at that same exact gas station back in the day.
One of the best scenes.
Going to the school dances. Mm-hmm. That gas station is where they used to pick up their Tic Tacs. Mm-hmm. So they give us the flashback of them asking the girls out to the dance and shit like that. None of them have dates, but they had this... Shit, we going to the dance anyway. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go to the dance. We're gonna pick up numbers. We're gonna get girls. So that's what we're gonna do.
What's the saying? Macking
and
chilling. What is hanging?
He said macking. Hanging.
I was like, I couldn't remember it was hanging and chilling. But yeah, that's one of the funniest scenes like ever, bro. Like, I mean, y'all seen it before, but you know, they in there, they getting something to drink. Stacy and them, they run through there getting ready to rob the place.
Feels like robbing the place. What is this dude's name that played alongside Stacy? Is his name Antoine Tanner or something like that?
I think so.
I think that's his name. So. Let's talk about him because he has been in the game for decades, it seems like, and he is one of them niggas that do not age. He has looked the same age throughout his entire career, and nobody talks about it. He plays a lot of smaller roles, right, but
character actor.
That nigga is old as fuck and still going crazy. So shouts out to him, man.
You know my favorite part of that scene, bro. I think it's so funny. My favorite part is they like, how we gonna get out of here? He's like, I got this shit. He's shaking up the drink. I guess he think he gonna throw it down and cause a scene. And he's like, hey, hold on real quick, bro. Oh, shit. I love that shit, bro. I absolutely
It's hilarious,
love it,
man.
I love it. And it's just, and I think what it leads to is dope. Because they get, they leave that. He's like, hey, I'm going to take you little niggas to the dance. And then it's like, I'm taking you to the dance. They get pulled over. And right then and there, they don't say shit. They don't say nothing
They
about.
got weed and gun in the car.
But they stand 10 toes down and they don't say shit. So
and
like,
it's not his car.
Right, at all. So the nigga in the passenger seat is getting ready to tell and act like a little bitch, but they don't act like a bitch. And then I guess right then and there,
Mike held it down.
He fucks with him from now on.
Mike held it down, immediately got Stacy's respect. And
I think that was organic too.
Yeah,
like that was a way to do it without just saying, oh, I fuck with you now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And once they got back to the party, Stacy just showed Mike his appreciation and told him, hey, listen, man, I know that shit that was going on with my sister the other day, I know you ain't mean nothing by it, man. You got my respect. She loved this song by Luther Vandross. Go get you a dance. Go do that for me. Right? Yep.
That's what it was. If this world was mine.
He said, make sure you do that for me. Now that's crazy. The same nigga that whooped my ass is telling me, hey, you can fuck with my sister now. I'm gonna do it. Well, he didn't really know he was gonna do it. He is a scary ass nigga. Yeah. So they get in the party, right? This nigga is literally hugging the fucking seat all night. And Slim and Roland are going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Numbers
getting their numbers
left and right.
Getting numbers left and right. My nigga Mike is just sitting there looking at Alicia from a distance. Then the fucking song comes on. Now he wants to get up and dance. He wants to get up and dance. But I ain't gonna lie, man. What Kanye say? One good girl is worth 1,000 bitches. I mean, because that's what they said after the night. Because he ended up getting the number after the dance, and them niggas was like, man, all these numbers ain't shit compared to that one right there. All these some butterheads.
But is it really?
I think so. Because sometimes you
at that age,
I think everyone at that age had that one that was like the super crush of all crushes that probably spanned throughout entirety of grade school. That's like, this one right here, I could marry that one. So yeah, I think to some people, Alicia would be that one.
In life, I believe, is one good girl is worth or whatever. But I think back at that time, I'm like, nah, I'd rather have a couple of them. What Jamie Foxx saying, Ray, yeah, I got a 10, I got 5, I got 10 good ones. Like that's hilarious, bro.
So now we jump forward in time, and these niggas are adults, and now they're getting their clothes dry cleaned, and they head to this pizza parlor to get something to eat real quick, and they do another little reminiscing, and now we're going back to the bed. The bed.
Oh yeah.
So now these kids are not in middle school anymore. Now they jump to high school when these niggas is fiending, they horny, and they want, fiending, hungry, and hot.
Right.
They want some sex. So the bet is basically, we have this pot, right? And every week we're going to put $1 in this pot until somebody gets some sex. So that's honestly the weirdest shit, but it's kind of, is there more of an incentive to just wait? If the money builds as... It was a really weird thing.
I forgot. I don't know, but I really like that. I think that was in contrast to, if you remember the movie American Pie, that was kind of that thing as well. Their big deal, but I fucked with it here than in American Pie, because in American Pie they end up saying like, well, we didn't really need to have sex and we didn't have sex. I think these guys actually fuck, so I like this one better.
Well, shit, hey, Roland and Slim ain't fucking nothing.
Well, Buddy did, though.
Roland and Slim ain't doing nothing. They out here trying to get some. They trying their hardest, and it's just not happening. And Mike, he said him and Alicia actually dated real quick in middle school, as people do for maybe about 2 weeks or so. Now we in high school.
He kind of fucked though, didn't
he? Nah.
He didn't stick it in? Yeah, he did stick it in.
Oh, you jumping the gun. Oh,
I'm sorry.
So, they're just doing some studying for the day, and they do a little flirting. They do just a little tad flirting to let each other know, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? We want the same things. So they look at each other and they're kind of like, okay, hey, come look at this dress that I got for the dance. Which in high school, fam, if you get an opportunity to go to a chick house, with the parents not there, fam, you better.
That's the best.
You better, hey, man. So Mike is over there, and he's just looking at Alicia, you know what I'm saying? She started taking off her clothes, just started taking off her little socks and shit. He's like, oh boy. He starts to get excited. Then the fucking song comes on from the dance. If This World Were Mine. So
Great
now,
callback, great.
These niggas are going full body to body now. They are doing like a little dancing and shit. Dancing turns into kissing. Kissing turns into laying down and realizing that this condom that I got is old as fucking. It ain't working. We ain't gonna use it. So now I gotta go to Stacy's room to get this condom. Fuck. So that was a whole thing within itself.
Oh man, I take that back. I said originally that the gas station scene was the funniest. No, it's this scene. This is hilarious. I remember watching this on television, as you do. And my little brother was playing a game, and I'm sitting here laughing at him trying to stick it in and not getting it in. And my little brother's looking at me like, what the fuck are you laughing at?
What is going on? What's so funny here?
I'm talking about dumb funny. I take that back. This is my favorite scene of the whole movie.
So yeah, Mike and Alicia, you know, he get his condom and now they finally have sex. So it's one of them things where Mike never even told the guys. He just waited till one of them got it and they won the bet.
Which is booty, because I would have definitely told.
I'm not that type of...
That's a movie. That's movie.
Different strokes for different folks.
That's
I'm not a kiss and tell person.
Why would you agree to do it?
That's true. That's very true. Well,
That's just some sweet shit that they
I guess he thought it was going to be somebody else. He didn't want to put Alicia out there like that. Maybe. I don't know.
Who else we thought it was? He said it, right?
He was dating a lot of other girls, though, at that time. Yeah. He's been around the block. You know,
he had to say who it was. I don't think he had to say who it was. He just asked fuck. I guess they going to ask him, but, you know.
So now, realizing that he got the bet, you know what I'm saying, they jump forward to adulthood, and now they're just, you know, they continuously reminiscing, and it's making them think, like, fam, Roland, this is your wedding day. Like, we're all growing older, but we all still gonna be here for each other. Is that what you're scared of? Are you scared of the niggas leaving the wood? Like, we always gonna be here for you, big dog. Like, there should be no fear of commitment with this girl who is literally the one for you. Like, we've seen who you've been with. This is the one. So they had to do some, you know, some brotherly talking into his ass, and they got him on the right track. So now they get back to the wedding. And shit, it's time for a nigga to get married. So they do just that. I think it's a beautiful scene because Alicia turns into Sanaa Lathan,
which is
movieing. I will say that,
which is extremely odd because
I think they could have just made Melinda look a little older, just a tad. Which they could have just had her.
They're literally
with a different hairstyle.
They're like the same age and like the same counterparts. Like they literally go for the same movies. Probably. Like I never understood that and didn't realize that till later on. But that's crazy. But one thing I'll say is. It's a theme. Like we did the brothers. We did the brothers, and I think there's a theme between black men, friends, and marriage because that was kind of a plot point in the brothers as well. Yeah. And I also say that to say I love these type of movies. Between this and the brothers, we really, and I've always said this, we really don't get these type of movies. We don't get movies about black men where they're not shooting, they're not killing.
That's true.
They're just living life. They're growing up. Absolutely love that. I love that.
I fuck with it heavy, but. Shit, this is pretty much the end of the movie, man. They at the wedding, everything's good. My boy Big Mike gives a toast to end out the movie, and shit, that's the wood.
Right.
Hey, listen,
I think, but I would say the thing that I think about in that movie, I think the most memorable parts